This is section 10.7a, solving equations in quadratic problems using the quadratic formula. As we have to start, we have to remember always to have the problem equal to 0, as we do in number 3. So we quickly identify that a equals 3, b equals 47, and c equals 30. And now I'm going to split my paper in half to allow me to be organized as I work my problem. I'm going to start once again by writing the quadratic formula, the opposite of b, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. In my next step, I'm going to input my values of b, so I have the opposite of 47, remembering to use parentheses, plus or minus the square root of 47 squared, in parentheses, minus 4 parentheses 3, parentheses 30, all over 2 parentheses 3. Using parentheses is important when you're inputting numbers because it avoids you having problems when you're squaring negatives. We now simplify as best we can. Negative 47 plus or minus 47 squared. Now you may know what 47 squared is. If you don't, we use a calculator and get 2,209 minus 4 times 3 times 30. Well, that's 360. All divided by 6. So as we simplify this further, that's negative 47 plus 2209 minus 360, which is 1849. Once again, all over 6. In our next step, we're going to have to take the square root of 1849, which just happens to be a perfect square. And that perfect square is 43, all over 6. We now split our problem into two parts. Negative 47 plus 43 over 6 and negative 47 minus 43 over 6. Negative 47 plus 43 is negative 4 over 6, and negative 47 minus 43 is negative 90 over 6. Simplifying our answer, we have 2/3 and negative 15. And as the solution said, it's negative 15, comma 2/3. Remember to write all your answers as a solution set. X is all numbers such that it equals negative 15 and 2/3. As we look at our fourth problem in this section, we realize that the problem is not equal to 0. And so we have to start off by taking the problem and setting it equal to 0. Remembering when the number changes sides, it changes signs. That means our a, b, and c values are now 6, 5, and negative 40. Let's write our quadratic formula again. The opposite of b, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We input our values, the opposite of 5, in parentheses, plus or minus 5 parentheses squared minus 4 times 6 times negative 40, all over 2 times 6. As we work this out, that's going to be negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus times a minus is a plus. And then 4 times 6 times 40 is 960, all over 12. You'll notice I'm just doing one step in each problem. That's 985 over 12, and now we have to take the square root of 985. That gives us negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 985, which is 31.38, divided by 12. We're going to break this up now into two parts. 31.38 divided by 12, and negative 5 minus 31.38 divided by 12. Being careful to do our steps one at a time. On our first part, we have 26.38 divided by 12. Our second part, we have negative 36.38 divided by 12. Sometimes you need to be careful with your calculator that you put these numbers in correctly, otherwise you will end up having the wrong answers. 2.20 is our answer on the left, And on the right side, we've got 3.03, and that's a negative number. Let's remember to write our answer as a solution set. I've got a little area over here to the right, and so I'll use that, or over here to the left. Negative 3.03 and 2.20. This concludes our completing the square homework or examples for section 7A.